Right now, we're tracking it, a huge temperature swing. It's coming. Just don't focus on those numbers too long right now because you're not going to see them very soon. Later tonight, temperatures are going to drop more than 40 degrees. Our weather impact team says this storm is going to bring us heavy, wet snow.
But before that, a great day for walking around downtown Denver. There's Coors Field. As a matter of fact, they're home tomorrow. Maybe. Coors Field area is going to look a lot different for the Rockies game against the Nats. We're going to be seeing some snow and cold coming our way. So let's take a live look all around the state. The cold front coming in from the east near DIA.
We started the day with lots of sunshine, and then we started to see those wind and pick up and darker clouds roll in. We want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin with more on the storm that's coming. It's coming to the end of the weekend and heading into the weekend, Kathy.
Yep, and it is here. We were 77 degrees last hour. We're now in the mid 60s with wind gusts to 40 and 50 miles per hour, especially out by DIA. So the front is moving in. Look at the current temperature spread. 38 in Laramie, 55 in Fort Collins, 67 in Denver, almost 90 in Lamar. Current temperatures, the front is right here and racing quickly to the south, and the winds are really picking up. Some of the gusts over 40 miles per hour, including DIA. We have critical fire weather conditions through 7 o'clock tonight with a red flag warning in effect. But the moisture already beginning to move into the northern and central mountains, where winter weather and travel advisories will go out tonight through Saturday morning for over a foot of snow. This system is starting to bring the rain and snow to northern Colorado. Denver, it's going to take a few hours before we see those showers develop, flipping over to snow late tonight and then continuing all day long tomorrow. Accumulating snow coming in, the kind that could break tree branches, create power outages, and it's going to be cold. Our temperatures are trending relatively cool this afternoon. We're going to all rain and snow overnight tonight, and temperatures won't get out of the 30s tomorrow. Much more on the snow forecast for Denver and a look ahead to the Easter holiday weekend in just a bit.
Today, a jury convicted a man for murdering his wife in Broomfield in 2023. Daniel Krug found guilty of first-degree murder for stabbing his wife Crystal to death inside their home. Evidence in the case showed Crystal had been receiving threatening texts and emails that were supposedly from an old boyfriend. She hadn't seen him in 20 years. Investigators later found that the IP address used to send those messages was originating from Daniel Krug's workplace. Sentencing is set for a later date.
Critical testimony today from one of the men who was there the night when a rock was thrown from a car and led to the death of Alexa Bartell. Zachary Quack was sat just feet away from Joe Koenig, who is on trial for murder. He was in the vehicle in 2023, the night that rock was thrown, telling the jury exactly who threw the rock that ended up taking Bartell's life.
I saw the rock get pushed out of the window.
By whom?
Joseph Koenig.
Describe how he threw that rock out the window.
It would be in the manner that a left-handed shot putter would throw something.
And what did you immediately see and hear once he threw that rock at Miss Bartell like a shot put?
I heard a loud noise, not glass, like a boom, something striking something.
After throwing the rock, Quack says that he turned around and went back to see the damage. They passed by Bartell's car not once, but twice, never stopping to help.
At that point, was she moving?
No.
At that point, did you call 911?
No.
At that point, did you go check on the driver?
No.
Did Defendant Koenig do any of those things?
No, ma'am.
Quack is testifying as part of a plea deal that he took. He'll be sentenced to at least 20 years in prison. We'll continue to update this story here and on 9news.com.
At least 2 people were killed in a shooting today at Florida State University. 6 more were wounded. Neither of the 2 that have died were students. New this afternoon, authorities now revealing that the accused shooter is Phoenix Eichner, a 20-year-old FSU student who's believed to have gotten one of the guns that he had from his mother. She is a sheriff's deputy, an 18-year veteran of the sheriff's office. Authorities say the accused shooter was active on the sheriff's office Youth Advisory Council. They say that suspect was shot and is hospitalized. At this point, still unclear as to who shot him.
I started hearing gunshots ring off in a very rapid succession. I believe I didn't actually see the the shooter, but from what I heard, it sounded more like an automatic weapon. And it was just absolutely horrific. And it's something I'm not gonna forget for a very long time.
One FSU student who said that he saw the shooter described him as, quote, a normal college dude who'd gotten out of an orange Hummer with a rifle. Of course, there's much more on this coming up on NBC Nightly News at 5:30. It was 5 months ago today that Aurora police discovered the bodies of two men at an Aurora park hours after they'd been killed. But since then, no arrests have been made.
The families of the victims hope that changes soon. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Rosari has more.
More than the leaves change on this cool November day.
It's tough.
For Travis Seppold and the rest of his family, after this morning, nothing was the same.
Word around the community had spread that there had been a double homicide at the Utah park, and the family had noticed that Isaiah hadn't come home last night, and they decided to drive over there, where unfortunately they found a piece of his clothing that had been left behind, and that's when they found out.
Isaiah Seppold was just 20 years old when his family says he and his best friend Ahmaud Richardson were shot in the parking lot of Utah Park. Aurora police got word of the shooting after a third victim, an 18-year-old woman, walked into a hospital hurt. Investigators believe the shooting stemmed from a fight at a house party that night. After the shooting, they say two suspects left in a small black car. While they believe a number of people were at the park at the time of the shooting, none have been arrested.
They were left there in the cold for hours, and we still don't know who did it, and that's a real tough pill to swallow.
For Travis and his wife, Rhea Aquino Seppold, that's what haunts them. They say Isaiah was a funny, caring person who liked sports but loved his family. A young man who had so much ahead of him.
He had goals, he had dreams, and in an instant it was taken away from him.
Rhea and Travis know their nephew was not perfect, but they believe no matter what he did in his past, it should not have defined his present.
We do make mistakes, and yeah, they didn't deserve that.
What they do believe they deserve are answers. They hope what happened on this brisk November morning doesn't go cold.
Please just come forward.
I hope that they can find it in their heart to say something.
Isaiah's family did share a statement from Ahmaud's mother. She says he was the sunshine of their family and had worked hard to graduate high school a semester early. They say every day is a struggle to not only grieve this loss, but constantly hope that today will be the day they find out who did this. Aurora police stress anyone with any information to contact Crime Stoppers. Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
Yeah, Jaleesa, it's like that moment that you learn something and then you wonder and you need all these details, and then the fact that they were there so long. I mean, it's just everything a parent's heart and any loved one would feel.
Yeah, I think that's what's so tough about this family. They're thinking about the details in this case, the fact that those bodies were there for several hours, the fact that no one's been arrested and it's been 5 months. Those are the answers they want.
Yeah, someone knows. Someone knows. All right, thanks, Jaleesa.
At Union Station, you will see this. Let it go.
Try to dunk that ball. It's playoff time in Denver today. The city revealed this giant basketball at Union Station. The Nuggets start the playoffs in just 2 days with Game 1 against the Clippers. And whatever you have planned on Saturday, just cancel it because you have to watch Denver sports all day long. The Avs dropped their schedule as well. Their first game is Saturday night at 6:30. Game 2 will also be on Monday night for the Avs and the Nuggets. Oh my gosh, we're going to be torn between everything. We're going to have much more on this play-up matchup, and we'll look at the teams they're taking on with our producer, Jack Linehan, a little later on.
Now, before heading to the draft a week from today, Travis Hunter's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. This edition, the NFL Draft Preview. The headline there says, why Travis Hunter is the biggest fish and fisherman in the pond. See, he's got a couple of good ones there. The cover is on the May issue.